Hello, Blue Justin here, still Justin, and obviously far from blue after a fantastic meetup over the weekend with legends such as Kermit's Ghost, Jamie Powell, Katie Powell, and Movie Bug. And yeah, I cannot believe I've been so lucky as to finally get around to meeting some of my BlueTuber heroes. So yeah, I'm still working on the video editing for that one, but right now it's time for this week's haul video, and that I do know how to edit, even though it takes me far too long. But it's just over here, so let's do it. Right, let's start off with a 4K Zavvi exclusive Steelbook. Start is, I've been to go on. That is the rather poorly received, but what the heck, Uncharted. Yep, recent film based on a video game that I've never played, a movie that I've never seen, and I still went ahead and bought the 4K Steelbook. Yes, indeedy. Just looks like a fun adventure movie to me, and it does have Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg and Antonio Banderas in it, so I think it can be going to be a good little bit of fun. I think sort of like maybe if you are not a fan of, or if you are a fan of the video game series and it doesn't match particularly well, then I can see that being a negative. But like I said, I never play the video game, so I'm just going to be taking it on its own merits as a bit of fun when street smart thief is recruited by a seasoned treasure hunter to go on an adventure, and let's just see how they manage to get on whilst they're doing it. And it's a pretty cover too, so there you go. Right, next one up is one I came across, was in a discussion, I think it was on a recent live stream, and that is a rather nice, is it 4K? Yeah, 4K from the BFI of The Proposition. Not one I particularly heard of before that stream when I got chatting, but just sounded very intriguing. BFI obviously going to make it a very good quality output, so looking forward to watching it anyway. All about a man in the Australian outback who is forced by or put in a situation by a lawman, saying that basically to save his younger brother from the noose, he has to track down and kill his mad or unhinged, as it puts on the back, older brother. So lots of thriller and foreboding and moral dilemmas, with a huge outcome and excitement at the end, as I understand it. There are an awful lot of lovely features on here. That big patch in the middle. Yeah. It's, as I said, 4K. It's got Dolby Vision. There's lots of the extras include things like 53 minutes of radio type audio only discussions, and interviews. There's an audio commentary, there's a making of, there's a behind the scenes documentary, featurettes about the production, B-roll footage, behind the scenes, more interviews, stills, galleries, theatrical and teaser trailers, and also there's a poster in here with an 80-page book or booklet, depending on your definition, as you can see there, nice and thick. So yeah, really interested in seeing this one. That's good stuff. It's got Guy Pearce and Ray Winston, and it's rated 18 for strong language and strong bloody violence. So yeah, and the next one up is, to me, my purchase of the week, possibly much longer than the week, and let's just try to find what I'm trying to find. Nope, wrong one, sorry. No, still Jerry Anderson, still the wrong one. Well, Super Mario Nation and getting closer, but still not quite there. I do not believe it. The one time that I need this t-shirt, I cannot find it anywhere, so I'm just going to have to put a little addition on this one to indicate where I'm coming from. Yep, there's a real Navy dolphins. No, I'm not claiming that I earned them. They were a gift from someone who has. So if you're going to guess anything along the lines of what the Royal Navy dolphins mean, you might have guessed that we've got a nice little crossover into Stingray. I have been waiting for this to come out on Blu-ray for so long. I've got the DVD set. This is obviously an upgrade. I love lots, and just about anything to do with the Super Mario Nation and the Jerry Anderson shows. But if it's got a submarine in it as well, I mean, oh, come on. That's just manna from heaven for me. This is the not cheap deluxe set that is only available direct from network. They haven't released it in a normal set. There is an ultra deluxe, but that had sold out before I'd even got there. This is and so many people were telling me, oh, it's network direct, which means, you know, it's going to be so late. You have to wait around weeks for it even after it's released. But not true. Actually got it almost 3 or 4, almost a week early. So that was just beautiful surprise. Look at that box. I mean, look at it. That's just incredible. We're talking a serious piece of merchandise here. There's all sorts of goodies in here, but to find out the full details, I shall be letting you know in a proper full unboxing of this behemoth of a release later this week. Assuming I've got any time left after doing all the other videos that I've promised you. So anyway, right, that's it. That's Stingray. Okay, right, next up, something else naval. And this is one I saw first on Kermit's Ghosts channel when he went out a couple of weeks ago. And this one is called Gift Horse. this is something that I put down on my want list quite soon after I saw it. I was going to wait for a drop-in price, but my Amazon MasterCard points added up enough to give me a little gift card, so I thought I'd use it against this and count that as its price reduction. It's a new restoration by Studio Canal. It's supposed to be a very good new restoration. It's essentially a fictional telling of the the greatest ever raid, the raid on San Jose, which is sort of like one of the most amazing stories of World War II you'll ever hear. Jeremy Clarkson has done a brilliant, serious, for once, documentary called The Greatest Raid of All, about that attack. And I believe the end of this film is sort of like a fictionalized account of how that went. And the rest of it is pulling together other elements of that sort of connected, but are made up to lead up to that final encounter. But yeah, this is someone pulled out of retirement in the Navy, given a target of a French dockyard, which is crucial to the Nazis, and yeah, I believe it uses a similar class of vessel that they actually did use in the, as I say, San Jose raid, which was an attack on, rather than a dockyard specifically for the maintaining battleships, which was actually more based on the fact that's where they based their submarine pens, which were obviously absolutely vital to the German war effort. And again, we're back to submarines, yeah, one of my favourite subjects. So yeah, can't wait to put this one in the player. Only a PG, but that's not a surprise really. What was it made? 1952. This one goes back to, and it looks like it's in black and white. So don't expect your Technicolor stuff here. It's whatever. I'm gonna love it. Right. Next up, something totally different. This is an American import, though it was it came through Amazon UK, and it is called Island of the Fishmen. Essentially, from what I understand, it looks like lots and lots of fun, and it sort of is a cross between the island of Dr. Moreau and Creature from the Black Lagoon, which was like a nice little horror-y aspects and creatures and all that sort of thing. And it's got Barbara back from The Spy Who Loved Me, the Bond girl from that, who I believe was Ringo Starr's wife, or might even be Ringo Starr's wife, I can't remember. And yeah, it was, I believe, sometimes known as Screamers, but that's far too confusing because there's another science fiction film called Screamers, and the Screamers that was released was actually done by Roger Corman in his New World Pictures outlets but that was significantly cut. This is the totally original uncut version. So, yep. So, just again, it's not something that I'd normally ever think about going for, but you gotta try these things. You know, broaden your horizons. That's what I say. Next up are a couple that I'm doing them the other way around for no good reason, but they had a sale on recently at Zavvi, and it was a Steelbook sale, so you can guess that I was instantly attracted to popping along and seeing what they had. Now, a lot of it either I had or I didn't think the reductions were actually particularly significant, but you also, if you've seen these things before, you are aware of how much I like my anime, and therefore when I saw that they reduced to a third of their normal price-ish, Goblin Slayer Season 1 Steelbook, I snapped it up. It's a relatively straightforward, I think, adventure type thing with however it's with sexual violence and strong bloody violence, thus the 18 rating. But the essential thing is that most people think that goblins are nice, easy, low-ranking adventurer fodder. You can send trainees to take out, but there's one higher ranked person who sees them for what they really are, for creatures that need to be taken out and driven back down to their caves and totally dismissed. It's got the usual sorry textless opening and ending credits, songs, whatever, which I always actually enjoy watching. I don't know how popular they are with other people, but it's got at least one of the episodes has a commentary. I suspect, given the length of the 284 minutes for the whole series, it's either got 11 or 12 episodes, and episode 11 has a commentary on it. That was quite interesting to see, and there's a couple of other special features, which is nice. It is got an English dub, which is in Dolby True HD 5.1. The Japanese original is True HD 2.0, and of course there are English subtitles for those who wish to watch with using the original Japanese voices, so that's more realistic. So yeah, and this is another one that I was just leading on to that was also in the sale, which is, as Pete Bullet Ray Britt Ainsley would point out, where do they get these titles? That time I got reincarnated as a slime. It's more of a dungeon adventurer type one, where someone is oddly reincarnated as a slime in a world of dragons, direwolves and goblins, and she has to brave the crazy planet. So yes, despite the title and despite the oddness, I believe it is actually quite a lot more popular than it may sound, because since it went on that about 2/3 off price Steelbook sale at Zavvi, I've got them both. This one I believe has sold out, so obviously people wanting to leap on the price, well, it's that good. It's got episode commentaries, video commentaries, promo vids, commercials, and again the textless opening and ending songs, and 15 rated for strong bloody violence, sexualized images, and sexual violence. They're quite good at that on anime, I noticed. And also, again, True HD 5.1 English and True HD 2.0 Japanese with English subtitles. So something for everybody there, if you're interested, of course, it's all in the subject matter. With the total special features actually running at almost 3 hours just by themselves. So that's pretty good for, I mean, considering how often anime is, I confess, massively overpriced for how many episodes you're getting. The fact that you're getting this one was in Steelbook for around about the £12 or £13 mark. I got this one for, and it's almost, I don't know how many episodes it is, but it's almost 10 hours worth of episodes. So that's a lot of, that's a decent length of series. And then on top of that, you've got almost about 3 hours of special features. Sounds like a good release by Funimation again this time. Next up, this one was very, very cheap, and I'm not quite sure why it was, but I was just looking around and I thought I'll have a go and pick this one up. Looks interesting, and that's the Salisbury Poisonings, which is the dramatisation of the events where essentially Putin decided to get away with murder on UK soil by using a nerve agent against an ex-double agent with no regards whatsoever to the effect on innocent third parties who could potentially come into contact with that lethal poison, etc. So it's like, what? Putin not caring about the effect of his actions could have on innocent third parties? Cough. Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing getting a bit more detail on that, because I followed the news. I did know obviously about the news story, because I don't actually know that much detail on it. But we just finish off this week. A total change in pace, really, for me. A little bit of silly sounding fun. Surf Nazis must die. Well, yes, obviously. It's from the Troma Entertainment, same people as did Toxic Avenger. It's regarded, well, it describes itself as a 1987 cult classic with apocalyptic natural disasters, Baywatch perfect beaches, gangs, sex, surf and splatter in a sordid sci-fi setting. Obviously you can see that it's 18 rated, and it describes it as for being strong violence and racist language. It probably wasn't even considered racist particularly back when it was made, but things have changed obviously a lot since 1987. It has this is a new 2K scan. It has been restored from the positive, and it's also restored the DTS high definition master audio original stereo. There's an interview, there's deleted scenes with audio commentaries, there's another interview, this time with the director, and there's another one with a producer. and there's scenes from the cafe, sort of featurette, and the original trailer. So that sounds like a bit of fun to me, fun afternoon watching, and it's only 1 hour 22 minutes long, so it sounds like it should be quite easy to just pop in the player and watch any time. Shorter than a couple of episodes of most TV series, so that shouldn't be too hard. Like I said, anyway, okay. Right, that's it for my haul for this week. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, please hit the like button. It really helps my channel. I am trying to get out all the things that I'm promising. Like I said, I've got a little bit of video material from the weekend where I met up with the YouTube stars that I've mentioned earlier. As it happens, everybody was expecting everybody else to do the videoing, and nobody brought cameras apart from me with my phone. So it's proving very, very difficult to sort out the editing, because I'm just not used to doing overdubs like everybody else can do and things like that. But also I do realise I have to do my wife's birthday haul for physical media still as well, which I think you'll find quite interesting. And then, as if I just wanted to add extra work for myself, next weekend I'm going to be doing my second out and about. It's not going to be a meetup, but I'm intending to go to the Portsmouth Comic-Con, which is finally back on again after many years of having obviously been cancelled because of COVID and the restrictions that placed on them. So I'm hoping to really enjoy getting some footage from there and somehow put that together. I don't know how, again, I don't know how that's going to work, whether I'm going to do it and then do a voiceover, or whether I'm just going to do it and try to speak at the same time. Who's going to be happy with me taking video and who's going to be moany. I have had a couple of people moaning just like just pictures in the past. But then again, I've been told by other people that the people who moaned were being stupid. And on top of all that, of course, well, not of course actually, but you may or may not know that I've got another live stream coming up as a guest next weekend, which is the same time as I'm, same days as I'm going to be going down to the Comic-Con. So please keep an eye out for me on that. On live streams. I think hopefully you'll be able to spot me when I'm coming up. I might put something up here if I check out that I'm allowed to say whose live stream I'm going to be on, and if it's definitely confirmed by the time I edit this evening. Anyway, in the meantime, please keep on yourselves enjoying all the stuff you're up to, enjoying the bank holiday, enjoying the reasonably decent weather we've had. We certainly had some really, really nice weather when I was away in Poole on Saturday, or shall I call it Pooly, since I was meeting up with the man himself who coined the phrase. So yeah, enjoy all the TV, all the films, going to the cinema when you can, and all I can do is wish you good health and cheers.